This tutorial is about preparing an international annual survey report. It guides you as an NPPO of the EU candidate country or official plant health officer at headquarters to summarize the collected data in an annual reporting table to prepare a report for this year. This tutorial helps you to find guidelines and instruction about survey reporting, demonstrates the template for annual survey reporting proposed by the project, and gives information on the pest status as a summary of the survey report and the timing of sending the reports. If you are new to pest reporting, where to find guidance instructions? First of all, the IPPC guidance. ISPM 6 on surveillance provides information to manage surveillance data and to facilitate their presentation and reporting. An information management system should be used and should allow easy retrieval of data and information to meet national and international surveillance-related reporting requirements. ISPM 8 defines the pest status of an area. ISPM 8 gives guidelines for the different pest statuses present or absent, together with a description. For example, absent, pest not recorded, which means that surveillance supports the conclusion that the pest is absent and has not been recorded. The IPPC Pest Status Guide helps to understand the principal requirements for pest status determination. It describes the steps that NPPOs should follow when determining the status of a pest in an area. One of the steps is exchanging pest status information with other NPPOs. The National Reporting Obligation Guide describes, among other things, the reporting procedure to develop and maintain adequate information on pest status and make such information available. There are also e-learning courses, one about national reporting obligations and one about surveillance and pest status determination. Another source of information is EFSA. EFSA has published on 18th January 2024 a technical report on the classification of plant pest detection and identification methods. For harmonization, the report contains lists of field detection methods, trapping methods, types of sampling and sampling matrices, and laboratory methods to be used for the survey reports. There are 3 different hierarchical levels. To avoid going into too much detail, level 2 should be used for the report. For EU members, to ensure a uniform presentation of the survey results, Regulation 2020-1231 describes in detail the format and instructions for the annual reports on the results of the survey in Annex 1. For the annual survey reporting, an Excel table is proposed, in line with the EU regulation. The Excel table has different sheets in line with the different parts of the reports. Part 1. General information on the results of the surveys, such as country, competent authority, contact person. Part 2. Presentation of the results of the surveys. Part 3. Summary of the results of the surveys and the update of the pest status. Because for some fields you can only choose from a list of data using a drop-down list, there are also sheets with that data. Mandatory fields are indicated in yellow. These cells must be completed. Along with the Excel table, there is also a guide explaining how to fill in the table, as you see here for the name of the pest. For EU member states, the Eurofit Plant Health Surveys application allows the bulk import of data from such an Excel file, if completed according to specific instructions. The guidance document also contains those instructions on how to fill in the table, so that at a later stage as an EU member state, the system will not give an error when the data are imported into Eurofit. For example, each pest has to be included using a different row. In the case of a group of pests, for example, surveyed in fruit plants of Vitis, the rest of the information is to be repeated for each pest belonging to the group. Geographical location or timing of survey. When more than one location or month is to be inserted in the same cell, semicolons should be used to separate them. For example, July, August, September. The summary of the annual survey report is the pest status of each pest surveyed. For each pest, the pest status at the beginning of the survey and the updated pest status at the end of the survey should be given. If a pest is entered in the sheet Annual Report column 2 Pests, that pest is automatically inserted in the sheet Summary column Pest. The pest status must be in accordance with ISPM 8. A drop-down list allows only to choose from a list of pest status in accordance with ISPM 8. For reporting the pest status, only the terms according to ISPM 8 should be used. In historical pest reports, scientific literature, pest statuses other than those of ISPM 8 are sometimes used. The IPPC Pest Status Guide gives a table as a tool to interpret and evaluate information gathered from historical pest reports. The left-hand column lists terms and phrases that have been commonly used to describe pest prevalence and pest distribution in scientific literature, historical pest reports, pest data sheets, and other documents. The right-hand column suggests a possible equivalent pest status category from ISPM 8. For example, if in historical pest report the status present only in areas where host crops or crops are grown is mentioned, the equivalent pest status according to ISPM 8 is present widely distributed. In correspondence with Article 22 of Regulation 2016-2031, the project proposes that PPO shall send by 30 April of each year the annual report of surveys, the Excel file, carried out in the preceding calendar year to the SEFTA parties and the SEFTA Secretariat, using electronic mails to all officially designated official contact points. Thanks, goodbye, and see you on our next video on plant pest survey planning.